You just came home with an expensive bag of premium cat food. The reviews were glowing. You fill the bowl, set it down, and you wait. Your cat strolls over, gives it one slow sniff, looks up at you, and does that little scratching motion on the floor beside the bowl, as if trying to bury it. And your heart sinks, so you open a pouch of something else. Nothing. You warm up a little chicken from the fridge, and suddenly they eat. You breathe out. Crisis solved. But here is what really just happened in that kitchen. Your cat did not simply reject dinner. Your cat just taught you exactly which button to press to make the good stuff appear, and they will press it again tomorrow. Hi everyone, I'm Dr. Lucas Aoki, your neighborhood cat vet, and welcome back to the channel. A picky cat is one of the most stressful and most expensive problems I hear about every single week, from cat parents with a cupboard full of half-eaten pouches. Today we fix it for good. I'm going to show you the feline psychology behind fussy eating, the one popular piece of dog advice you must never use on a cat, and the exact bowl trick that turns cold, boring food into something your cat cannot resist. Hit that subscribe button to join our educated cat parent community, and let's dive right in. Let's start with how a cat's mind works around food, because it is not the same as a dog's mind. Cats are not small dogs. A dog is an opportunistic scavenger who will happily hold out for a better offer. A cat is something else entirely. A cat is a creature of deep habit. Kittens actually imprint on the food their mother ate, and by adulthood many cats have a fixed idea of what food is supposed to smell like, feel like, and even what temperature it should be. So when your cat refuses the new bowl, it is often not a spoiled negotiation. Their instinct is quietly telling them, this is unfamiliar, this might not be safe. But, and we have to be honest about this, cats also learn fast. If your cat notices that turning up their nose makes you rush to the fridge for warm chicken, you have just taught them a lovely little routine. An owner said to me recently, Dr. Lucas, my cat has me hand-feeding her from a teaspoon at midnight. And I had to gently tell her, your cat is not broken, your cat is brilliant. She trained you. The good news is simple. Anything learned can be gently unlearned. But before we touch a single behavior, we have to rule something out. And this is the part I need you to really hear. Please hear this vet warning, because with cats, this always comes first. There's a world of difference between a cat who has always been a little fussy and a cat who normally eats well and then suddenly stops. If your cat has a healthy appetite and then refuses food, that is not stubbornness. That is a symptom. Cats are masters at hiding pain. It is written into them as small hunters who cannot afford to look weak. So by the time a cat turns away from food, something may already hurt. One of the most common hidden reasons is dental pain. Feline tooth resorption and gum disease are far more common than most people realize, and crunching hard food on a painful tooth is agony, so the cat walks away or begs for the soft food that does not hurt. But here is the truly critical part, and I need you to write this one down. A cat must not go without eating. When a cat stops taking in calories, even for just a day or two, the body starts sending fat to the liver faster than the liver can process it. This can trigger a dangerous condition called hepatic lipidosis, a fatty liver, and it can turn life-threatening frighteningly fast, especially in a cat carrying a little extra weight. So this is my rule. If your cat has not eaten properly in 24 hours, or the pickiness comes with hiding, vomiting, or sleeping far more than usual, you do not experiment at home. You call your vet. Once your vet confirms the mouth is healthy and the blood work is clean, then, and only then, do you have a behavioral fussy eater, and that we can fix together. So your cat is healthy and simply picky. What is the first thing most of us do? We march back to the store and buy a completely different food. Chicken to salmon, pâté to chunks and gravy, a new brand every single week. My friends, please stop. Constantly swapping your cat's core diet can quietly wreck the very thing you are trying to help, their stomach. A cat's gut builds up a specific population of bacteria and enzymes tuned to break down their current food. When you switch the whole bowl overnight, that system goes into shock. It cannot digest the new ingredients properly yet. And you get vomiting, loose stool, and a cat with a sore, gurgling belly. And what does a nauseous cat do? Exactly. They refuse to eat. You decide they hate the salmon, when really they just have a stomach ache that you created. Then you switch again, and the whole miserable cycle starts over. Remember, a cat being cautious with new food is completely normal. So when you do want to change foods, go slowly, over 7 to 10 days, starting with about 1 part new food to 4 parts old, and shifting the ratio a little each day. Pick one good, complete, vet-approved food and give your cat time to trust it. Do not let the pantry turn into a graveyard of rejected pouches. Now here is where I have to protect your cat from some very popular advice. If you have watched channels about dogs, you have almost certainly heard the tough love method. Put the bowl down, set a timer, and if the dog does not eat within 15 minutes, take it away, close the kitchen, and let them get hungry. For a healthy dog, skipping a meal is genuinely no big deal. So let me clear this up with 100% veterinary certainty. Please never do this to a cat. Cats are not small dogs. Deliberately letting a cat go hungry to win a battle of wills is not tough love. With the liver risk I just described, starving a fussy cat can quietly set up a real medical emergency, sometimes in a matter of days. So we throw the starvation method straight in the bin. What we keep is only the gentle, healthy part, which is routine. Instead of leaving a mountain of dry food out all day, where it goes stale and stops smelling like anything, offer meals at set times, 2 or 3 times a day. Put down a sensible portion. Give your cat about 20 to 30 minutes of calm, unwatched time with it. If wet food is left over, lift it, keep it fresh, and offer it again at the next meal. But Dr. Lucas, you might be thinking, if I never take the food away, won't my cat just get spoiled? Here is the difference. We are not caving and cooking a special second dinner. We are making this meal irresistible, which is exactly what comes next. The golden line you never cross is this. Your cat always eats something every single day. You never simply wait them out. So how do we make that bowl irresistible without upsetting their stomach? We use the single most powerful sense your cat owns: smell. If you saw the thumbnail of this video, this is exactly what I was talking about. Humans choose food mostly by taste. Cats choose almost entirely by aroma. A cat's nose carries a staggering number of scent receptors, far beyond our own few million, and on top of that, they have a second smelling organ in the roof of the mouth. Here is the problem. Cold food, straight from the fridge or from a bag in a cool cupboard, is almost silent to that incredible nose. To your cat, cold food smells like nothing at all. So we wake the aroma up, and the magic tool is simply warmth. Think about it. In nature, a cat eats prey that is fresh and warm, at body temperature. That is the smell their brain is built to chase. So take their food and gently bring it toward that warmth. For wet food, a few seconds is all you need, and you must always stir it well and test it on your wrist. It should feel barely warm, never hot, because a hot pocket in the food can burn their mouth. For dry food, add a spoonful of warm water, just comfortably warm, and let it sit for a couple of minutes. The heat releases the rich, meaty, fatty aromas locked inside, and they roll straight into your cat's brain and switch the appetite on. And here is a bonus that matters more for cats than for almost any other pet. That splash of warm water, or better still a move toward wet food, adds precious moisture. Cats come from the desert and have a famously weak thirst drive, so most cats live slightly dry, and over the years that is hard on their kidneys. So this one warm trick does 2 beautiful things at once. It makes dinner smell amazing tonight, and it protects those kidneys for years to come. If you want to push the flavor even further, you can stir in a splash of cat-safe broth. But please hear this warning. It must be completely free of onion, garlic, and salt, because onion and garlic are toxic to cats, and they hide inside almost every stock cube on the shelf. When in doubt, plain warm water or a little water from a tin of sardines packed in water is perfect and completely safe. Now, what if you truly want to add a little something extra on top? You absolutely can, as long as it stays a garnish and never the meal. Your cat's complete food is carefully balanced for the exact protein, fat, and nutrients they need, so any topper should stay small, roughly no more than 1/10 of the day's food. And let me demolish one myth that comes straight from the dog world. On dog channels, you will hear people rave about a spoon of pumpkin because it tastes sweet. Here is a fact that surprises almost everyone. Cats cannot taste sweetness at all. They are missing the receptor for it entirely. So that sweet topper that thrills a dog does almost nothing for a cat. What actually lights a cat up is savory, meaty, and fatty. So the toppers that work are things like a teaspoon of plain cooked chicken shredded into tiny threads, a little mashed sardine from a tin packed in water with no salt, a scattering of freeze-dried meat crumbled fine, or a small squeeze of a lickable meat puree made for cats. If you like the gut benefits of something cultured, half a teaspoon of plain unsweetened kefir can work. But keep it tiny because most adult cats are lactose intolerant. And better still, use a probiotic made for cats. Now here is the clever part, because cats are little surgeons. If you just lay a piece of chicken on top, a picky cat will delicately lift the treat off, eat it, and abandon the rest. So you mash and you mix. Shred that topper to dust and stir it right through the food with the warm water, coating every piece so the flavor and the meal become one thing they cannot pull apart. And one last feline detail that almost nobody thinks about. Watch the bowl itself. Many cats hate a deep, narrow dish that crushes their sensitive whiskers against the sides with every bite. It is called whisker fatigue, and it makes some cats walk away from perfectly good food. So use a wide, shallow dish, keep it clean, and place it away from the litter tray and away from the water bowl, because cats instinctively like their water kept separate from their food. I can imagine you might be feeling a little overwhelmed, so let's gather it all up. 1. Before anything else, rule out pain with your vet, especially the teeth. 2. Stop switching foods every week and transition slowly to protect the gut. 3. Never, ever use the dog starvation trick because a cat must eat every day. 4. Wake up the aroma with gentle warmth and a splash of warm water or cat-safe broth. And 5. Mix in a tiny savory topper, not a sweet one, and serve it in a wide, whisker-friendly bowl. Now, please, do not try all 5 tonight, because sudden change is exactly what makes a sensitive cat shut the bowl down. Here is my golden rule. Start with just one thing. Tomorrow, only warm the food. That is it. Once that feels normal, add the next step. It takes seconds a day, and it works because your cat learns to trust it. And I have to be honest with you about where the kitchen ends and my clinic begins. If your cat is refusing food along with hiding, weight loss, vomiting, or that hunched, quiet, switched-off look, no warm bowl and no clever topper will fix that. That cat needs a professional, and they need one soon, because a cat who stops eating is always working against the clock. If that is you right now, you have not failed. You spotted it, and spotting it is what saves them. And listen to me for just a moment. If you have been standing in your kitchen at night, worried, cooking 3 different things, feeling like a bad cat parent, please let that go. You are not a bad cat parent. The fact that you are sitting here, learning how a cat's body and mind actually work, means your cat has someone who truly loves them. That is everything. So before you go, please tap the like button. It genuinely helps, because it tells the algorithm that safe, honest veterinary advice is worth showing to more people, and it helps this channel protect so many more cats. Subscribe so you never miss our deep dives into your cat's health. And I would truly love to know, tell me in the comments, who is the fussy little negotiator in your house? And which one of these 5 steps are you going to try first tomorrow? Tell me about your cat. I try to read every single comment. And if you know someone whose cat has a cupboard full of rejected pouches, share this with them. You might just change that cat's life. I'm Dr. Lucas Aoki. Thank you for loving your cat enough to protect them, and I'll see you in the next video.